Poly or perish. Poly or perish. Women, get over yourselves and grow up. For real. Get over yourselves and grow up. You gonna be poly, as this world uh calls the word, for men having multiple women, or you're going to perish. You either fulfill Isaiah 4:1, you're going to be poly, or you're going to perish. Grow up and get over yourselves. This silly ass shit. Issue that you should get over yourself. So that's this video. We're going to start off giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, the God and creator of both heaven and earth, the God of the Bible, Yahweh the Most High, and Yahweh Shai, the only begotten Son, the Messiah, the Messiah. Shalom, peace and blessings and power and strength to the men pushing the same work and the same truth, the same message, the truth of the Bible, starting from the Great Millstone Church of the elder apostles and all the brothers on down, pushing the same spirit, the same word. Get into this thing.
Polygamists. We are polygamists. I ain't even here to talk to y'all too long about it because I know what it is. Find you a girlfriend, introduce her to your boyfriend, and you guys live together. Find the best woman you've ever known in your entire life and tell her, hey, I think we should share this divine king. A lot of women need another woman in their.
And we ain't we hardly worried about y'all silly ass women. The elect are the elect. That the elect lady, as it talks about in the scriptures, the Lord gonna set them up and make them right. And maybe this video can help, or whoever. But we ain't asking, we ain't begging no silly ass woman. The Lord gonna deal with y'all. So y'all gonna get right, or you gonna perish. You're gonna get over this silly little thing about my man can't have multiple women. This is fickle. Like, this is some childish stuff. Get over yourselves. We already know we're gonna have boatloads of women. We ain't worried about that. They're gonna come when they come. There's too many women around on this planet. So for those that don't want to get right, you're going to perish.
Household.
They told us polygyny would divide us, make us compete, compare, or collapse. But in truth, it's where sisterhood is reborn. No more fighting over love, no more scarcity. In this home, we reflect, we rise, and we rebuild. As I prepare food with love, my sister wife cleans in harmony, and our king tends to the son we're raising in tribe. This is indigenous polygyny, a sacred system that ends division among Black indigenous women and restores what was stolen: trust, tenderness, and legacy. This is how we win together.
You can't really be an insecure person and build your man all the way up, because then you're gonna be bringing bitches in based on what makes you feel comfortable. And a lot of the time, what makes you feel comfortable is not what's gonna make your family grow. It's not the best for your family. You understand what I'm saying? So maybe like you're not that good at cooking and you're kind of insecure about that. I don't know why. That's kind of ridiculous. But you might be like, damn, the new sister wife that just came in, she could fucking cook. Like, and then you start feeling like, damn, is my man looking at me like I'm whack and shit like that? And that's not how you should be looking at it. You should be looking at it like, damn, I can't cook, and she's coming in and bringing something to our family that we need. Yeah. So you have to remove your ego and the selfishness, which is really, really hard for women to do because we've been programmed and brainwashed to compete since day fucking one. Since day one, just think about it.
The government doesn't want you to have more than one wife. You know why? Because if men had more than one wife, they wouldn't be busy with female drama. They would be running at their full capacity as leaders. And guess what? Most governments are being run by dysfunctional leaders, people that aren't good leaders. And if the population, the general population, had many good leaders to offer a country, it would be competition to the government. So the government prefers monogamy. It prefers that you not function at your full capacity, not be the best man you can be. They promote men marrying men. They promote women marrying women. They promote
The women that develop and have a polygamous, so-called, as the term calls, because that word is not going to exist in the kingdom. That dang word polygamy, polygynous, all this poly words, this world came up with that word just to for this, but it's just a natural order of things, and it's a video I'm mentioned and have a description explaining this is the natural order of things. So while pause to say poly women, if you will, are going to be the winners, are going to be winning. Of course, believing in Yahweh Shemal Shah, but simply the women that get with this, they're going to be winning in the end. They're going to win in the end. You women that want to be so hard-headed and stupid and childish, you're going to perish. It's okay. You can perish. There's going to be plenty of women that get in order. It's about getting in order. So poly or perish.
men turning into women and women turning into men. But for some reason, when a man wants more than one wife, all of a sudden they draw the line. Why?
So hear me out. You could have a family unit, okay? One woman could be pregnant, another one could be helping with cooking, another one could be teaching the children, reading to them, another one could be tending the garden, and this will all help you get along and have less of a burden. And also, further, I'd argue, this will keep your man more healthy. It'll keep his testosterone levels higher, and it'll also keep you on your toes as well, because a lot of women let themselves go quite quickly once they have somebody. And if he's occupied with just his wives, he'll have less energy to go looking somewhere else. Because if you think about it, a lot of liberals, they have open relationships. No strings attached, they say, right? Dine and dash, hit it and quit it, wham bam, thank you ma'am, dip it and lip it, they're out. But a good man who can provide, can protect, and who is fertile, he deserves to have more children. Think about it. You come together, you work together, you help each other. If one woman is too tired to change her baby's diapers, help her out. Be something there. Be part of the pride, part of the pack.
Hey riders, it's Kat the Great, and I'm here with my sister wife AB. Hey riders! And monogamy got you motherfucking bitches exhausted. You bitches is tired! Because you don't want to share that dick. Share that dick, bitch. You rather take on the responsibility that you could be sharing with sister wives so that you could vibrate at your divine feminine frequency. You bitches say you want a soft life. And if your man doesn't require more than one bitch, he probably comes from a bloodline of peasants. Your man is weak. He's weak. Okay, I'm gonna explain. Just picture this for a second. Fuck all the other shit. Sister wife, I'll cook. I'll do the dishes. I'll vacuum. I'll mop. I'll wash the clothes. I'll fold them. I'll suck his dick. I'll lick his balls. Today, I'm gonna focus on the business. Today, I'm gonna focus on the household. I'm on my period today, sister wife. Don't worry, it's all good, sister wife. I'll fuck him. So you see, it's a very simple system. Once you're willing to share that dick, your life can be so much easier. And I know what you bitches are going to say, because you always have a master fucking plan of why you shouldn't share your man. You always have this master plan. Let's hear it. I could just hire a maid or some outside help. Bitch, first of all, if your man can afford outside help, he definitely cheating on your motherfucking ass, and he has other bitches outside of your motherfucking family. That's one. Mm-hmm. So let's stop there. And if you're gonna hire outside help to help you with your shit, make sure you hire somebody to suck that nigga's dick and to fuck him too while you're at it. Since you want to hire outside helps for your shit that's gonna help you with your womanly duty.
When you focus on the other woman, you become the other woman, whether you're in a monogamous or polygamous dynamic. But of course, we're talking about poly because I am all for the cause, okay? All for the love. Anywho's, never focus on the next woman. As a woman in a polygyny relationship or whatever type of polydynamic, never focus on what someone else brings to the table, especially when you're not the one that's providing that structure and security, okay? Now, not to say that that's always a negative, because if that triggers you, that could also help you to enhance your value. What is it that you bring in this relationship? How are you being valued and looked at in this dynamic? Versus seeing, I wonder what, she had that I don't have. Maybe it's time for you to dig a little deeper, go a little further in your studies, whatever it is that you do, whether if it's just you being a mother, whether if you provide some sort of service or business in a relationship to provide financial resources, whatever it is. Maybe it's an opportunity for you to step your game up. That is a pretty blue bird. Oh my gosh. Anyways, yeah, never focus on that other woman because you become the other woman. When you focus on the other woman, you depreciate. Your value depreciates because you can't even keep your eyes on your own plate to continue to grow what you've been growing, to continue to cultivate what you've been cultivating, okay? So now the attraction is off, that vibration is off. You're going to feel left out, you're going to feel abandoned, you're going to feel confused, you're going to feel not loved, misused, not heard, misunderstood, all that shit that comes with those insecurities that's now poking back up. Not saying that it won't happen. Some people know how to really focus on themselves and do what they do, and some people don't. But again, it's not always a negative. That is an opportunity for you to heal some more, for you to grow some more as an individual, for yourself, and also for that poly situation for everybody else that is in the group. Although that does cause more issues depending on the control that you have over your thoughts, the control that you have over the way you move, your impulses, okay?
Every man right now on planet Earth say, I'm going to get with one woman and we're going to stop. We're all going to be faithful. Do you know how many single women there will be? Somebody got to fucking share. I'm sorry.
I do believe, I believe personally that naturally men are not supposed to be with one woman. I don't think that it's a natural thing for men to do. However, like you said, society has shaped us. And if you decide to get into a relationship where you've agreed that you're only sleeping with each other and you're committed to each other, then you should uphold that agreement. Okay. But I don't believe that it's a natural thing for men.
Men know that they're not monogamous, or they know that it's not in them. They know this, but because they love this woman and she's been sold the dream of monogamy. Men are very happy not being monogamous, you know.
I agree with
They're
that.
very happy not being monogamous.
Yeah, I agree with
But
that.
women have been sold the dream of monogamy.
I feel like because social media is such a big thing now, everyone is scared of what everyone else is going to think, if that makes sense.
I use the analogy, if I had a piece of gold and I'm walking down the street and I see somebody else that needs a piece of the gold and they really, really need it. And I'm like, looking at the gold, looking at the person that needs it. Who am I to say, well, it's my gold? I think that is cruel.
And it says a man is going to be more precious than fine gold. A man. Not any ordinary man. A man in his truth. One of the elect men.
If I have a whole piece of gold, a piece of the gold doesn't take away from the gold that I have.
Right.
It's just giving somebody else a piece.
Right.
And that's how I look at my partner, like gold, because I know that it takes special type of people to be able to be polygamous. It seems fun and all of these things that people think of, but it's really, you have to be committed. And the misconception that people have with polygamy is it's reckless, it's all of these things, and it's not. You have to be committed to yourself first in order to be committed to multiple people, because that's what it is.
American women are so selfish. Because what you mean I can't be his second wife? Like, what you mean like he cannot choose to have a second wife? This is our life, baby. Like, what are you talking about? I mean, I don't believe in poly like at all. Like, because I'm not trying to sleep with no other girl, none of that. Like, I'm not even trying to hear this man sleep with another girl. Like, I want my own house, my own separate everything, right? But again, I personally feel like women are kind of selfish these days when it comes to that, because it's like, it's not like I'm taking him from you, because if I wanted your man, I would take your man. But me accepting my place as a second wife is completely different than me taking your man. And if you're feeling intimidated by that, obviously get in the gym, do something to yourself. Like, don't let me become your replacement if it's that serious for you. But
And I'm gonna say this too, because I be, saying this all the time. I thought about doing a video on it, but I didn't. All these poly relationships in this world, all these poly this and poly that. Look at my poly this. We're polygamous. This dude got all these wives. All that shit is vain. All that shit is vain. Because if you don't have Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, you're going to fucking die. That whole poly relationship is gonna die. Now, if the Lord want one of them women, he gonna kill that man, and he gonna preserve that woman to be given to an elect man. Because a lot of people finna die out here that don't got Yahweh Shemiah Shai. So don't think you finna get some polygamy, get into some polygamous relationship or whatever, and thinking you doing something good or godly. No, if you don't have Yahweh Shemiah Shai, you gonna still die. So that's the thing. Yahweh Shemiah Shai first and foremost. But yeah.
I definitely think that this time around, I want to be more of a second. If the man can financially afford it, maybe a third.
This whole thing is touching on that childish mentality that these women have of this whole selfish mentality, my man, only my man, all of that silly nonsense.
Because I mean, nobody's really checking for the second and third wives. You can still have your own identity and be a second and third wife. Now, that first wife, a lot of the responsibility falls on you. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the role that I'm looking to not really avoid, but I prefer not to be a first wife this time around.
No, that's probably AI.
Ay, ay, ay. This is a great example as to why we need to know the difference between a description and a prescription in the Bible. The difference between the two is that one is the Bible recording something that happened, and the other is God approving of something that happened.
We absolutely need to know the difference between description and prescription. And a couple of direct prescriptions would be 2 Samuel 12:8, where God reminds David that he was the one that gave him his wives and would have given him more if it had not been enough. Second prescription would be Queen Esther's life. God's hand caused her to be married to a polygynous king. Did he lead her into sin just for the sake of saving the Jews? A third prescription is the church. We are all individual members joined to the same husband's body. We are not one, but many, as scripture says.
Marriage, God's prescription is clear from Genesis 2:24. A man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, singular, and the two shall become one flesh. And Jesus confirmed this in Matthew 19:5 and 6. For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. See, he doubled down on it because he knew you guys were going to be doing stuff like this. And you have to...
Well, absolutely, marriage is two becoming one. It's not three becoming one, four becoming one. Polygyny is not a group marriage. What she is confusing is assuming that one flesh means that men cannot create more than one flesh covenant. We know there's a right way to create more than one, and there's a wrong way to create more than one. We know this because of 1 Corinthians 6:16. Every time a man is with a woman, it is called one flesh. It is called one body, regardless if he is married or not. God made it very clear in what he allowed and what he did not allow. He explicitly told us not to commit adultery, not to commit fornication, and explicitly told men how to care for more than one wife. So yes, marriage has always been one man and one woman becoming one flesh under God. Having multiple covenants does not change the definition of marriage. As she said, period. And I want nothing more than to be able to hold her hand and tell her the good men aren't gone. They're just probably married already. But that doesn't mean that he's not available to you. You may just have to share.
Not for these scriptures. I know that was a long video. Yeah, so it's gonna be an honor for women to be a part of Isaiah 4:1. You're gonna be used to bring back the nation. You're gonna be used to bring back the nation of Israel as an elect lady. It's gonna be an honor to be a part of this thing. Now, this video, which I'm gonna put in the description, I go into the whole polygamy is a natural biblical order of things. Bring out all the scriptures and probably some videos, whatever. It's been a minute. But this is the natural order of things. So you better get right or get left. You're gonna get right or get left. You better hop on the bandwagon now. Because this is a beautiful thing. You're gonna want to be a part of this. You don't want to be left behind because your childness mindset didn't let you get over this. It got you tweaking, having demons on you, and thinking all type of nonsense, silliness. Now, this is key. 1 Timothy 2:15. So it says, not so this is the Poly parish, because this Isaiah 4:1. Let's get that real quick. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. That elect man through Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, by none else. Through Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the God and creator of both heaven and earth, is going to grant that man the ability to take away your reproach by you believing on the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and taking hold of that elect man. That's how your reproach can be taken away. So 7 women shall take hold of one man, and that means a complete number of women. That number 7 going into complete is going to be a complete number of women for that individual. So it could be however many for that dude, for that God, that man. So you women will be getting pregnant. You will be getting pregnant to bring back the nations of Israelites that died into the kingdom. That's a glorious honor to be one of the foremothers in the kingdom, to have brought back all the Israelites. You was one of the women to do that. You're going to want that honor. You're going to have to believe on Yahweh Shemel Shadow. If you don't believe, that's going to be found out, and you're going to get kicked to the curb. It ain't about this polygamy helping. No, it's about you believing on Yahweh Shemel Shai and you getting with a man of the Lord and not having that childish mentality take over your thinking. 1 Timothy 2:15. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing. You're not getting off of this. You're not leaving America. You're not getting off of earth. You're not going into the ships of salvation. You're not getting saved if you're not with the man of the Lord. In childbearing, you're going to get impregnated by a man of the Lord, and you're going to be one of many women, because this prophecy is going to be fulfilled. This Isaiah 4:1. The spirit is manifesting itself out here on these women, slowly but surely. But what does the scripture continue on to say? What I was saying. If they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. If they continue in faith, believing on the names of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, the God and creator of both heaven and earth, the true God of the Bible of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of the Israelites. Oh yeah, let me get this. Sirach 26:6. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman. and a scourge of the tongue which communicateth with all. So that's the point. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman. So that woman is going through it because she's jealous over another woman when she ain't got no damn business being jealous. Jealousy is the rage of a man, as the scriptures say. Jealousy is the rage of a man. If you jealous over another woman, you are in the wrong spirit. You are tweaking. Isaiah 32:2. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as the rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. This is the elect man that's made more precious than fine gold. This type of man that them 7 women gonna be taking hold of, trying to find safety. Trying to find safety. Why? Because that elect man is, let me just get this scripture to tie into that. It says, Proverbs 18:10, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous running into it and is safe. So that's going to be these men of the Lord. They got the Y on them, the mark of exemption. As you read in Ezekiel 9:4, around there. They got the mark of exemption, the name of the Lord, that blood on them. The name of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You're going to be able to run to them and be safe. That's this Isaiah 4:1. Women running to them because they believe in women. Running to this man, and they're going to be safe. Because these are the men of Yahweh Shemel Shai. These are the saints sent down from on high that been with the Lord from the beginning, before the earth was. These are the godly men that's going to be taking over the earth and taking over the world and establishing a new rulership and a new kingdom on planet earth. These special, special men. So you women, you want to be a part of this. If you in your right mind, you want to be a part of this. So that's what it is. This video going more into it as far as the scriptures and explain this is the natural biblical order. Polygamy is just some modern term. A man having multiple wives, it is natural. It is nothing new under the sun. But mugs' brains all twisted and weird. They got some bogus perception and understanding of this thing. Poly this and poly that. This is just the natural order of things. Shalom, peace and blessings to the true believers of Yahweh Shemel Shai, the sincere brothers and the sincere sisters of Yahweh Shemel Shai, the God and creator of both heaven and earth, the God of the Israelites. Shalom. The Israelites being the so-called black people, so-called Native Americans, the Latinos, the Latinas, so-called Cubans and Haitians, the Dominicans, Shalom.